Breaking news indeed, folks. So I'm sure we've all had about an hour now to absorb and marinate on the random, most epic Friday news dump of all time in New Orleans, right? Derek Carr can possibly out for the season. And I am reacting essentially in real time, just like all of you guys. We all have raw reactions right now that we honestly haven't had a chance to kind of like really though, like breathe on what this means and what there's a lot of it's like a big old spider web. There's a lot of tangled webs that's coming out of this now with this possible news of Carr being out for the season. Now it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed that Derek Carr is out for the season, but Ian Rappaport is going to put that out there for shits and giggles, right? Like there seems to be a real possibility that Derek Carr will not be suiting up for the 2025 NFL season. And now that changes a lot because we already saw the hype that came with the number 9 pick, and are the Saints going to draft a quarterback? Are they going to take Shedeur Sanders if Shedeur Sanders falls? Are they even going to trade up possibly for Shedeur Sanders? Even for a little bit, people were talking about maybe trading up and giving up a chest of assets for Cam Ward. Then you look at Jackson Dart. You look at Jaden Milroy. A lot of quarterbacks now seem to be on the table for the Saints, whether they take one at number 9 or whether they take one in the second round. Does this mean that finally it feels like we all forgot about this guy, even though he was the savior of the team last season? Does Spencer Rattler get a chance in 2025 to be the guy and see what he can do with a healthy team coming into the season? I say the word healthy very loosely because, we already lost our starting quarterback for the year. There's a lot. There's a lot that we need to think about as fans. There's damn sure a lot that the front office needs to think about and the coaching staff, because I would really hope, guys, that this was not like some bombshell to the team too. Like I would imagine that the team had to have known that this was possible, or maybe not expecting it, but I would think that the team only knows so much about how a player is healing, right? And we saw how it seemed like both sides from the team and Michael Thomas fumbled his injury rehab and his progress coming back from his injury. We've seen a lot of times with the New Orleans Saints, it feels like once the offseason happens, they don't have a very well-established pipeline connection with players on how they are rehabbing and how they're progressing from injuries. So I would hope, though, for the starting quarterback of your team that you are paying $40 million guaranteed dollars to, that you have at least known that, hey, there's a possibility that you might not actually even be healthy to start the season, much less play the whole season. I would hope, because if not, then goddamn, what is this franchise doing? What is this franchise doing? I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But you and I, we all sat through the whole damn Michael Thomas injury dilemma where it didn't get to training camp till Sean Payne and the team say, oh, shit, Michael Thomas, you actually are unhealthy. And it's like, well, what the hell have you guys been doing all offseason? We see it with that same damn organization on Airline Drive with the Pelicans. Every offseason, it feels like Zion comes to camp and the team and the players and the executives are like, but goddamn, Zion, you're not as healthy as we thought. I'm like, well, what are y'all doing in the offseason? Do y'all not have a dedicated staff member to make sure that the players are following rehab and checking on them, getting doctor's notes like they're in high school, getting the doctor's note and saying, hey, this is my progress. This is where we are going. I don't know. I'm not trying to put the blame on the Saints. I'm just saying, I would really hope, given our history, that the Saints knew that this was a possibility. Because, goddamn, this changes a lot of things. The players were expected to be at the facility this Monday for the first off-season workouts. I sincerely doubt Derek Carr is going to be there now if his shoulder is possibly out for the season. Last I saw, I see people putting on Twitter that he's in Italy right now, that he's traveling. And I'm like, well, wait, if he's hurt and his shoulder's bad, not that you can't have a life outside of football and injuries and still live your life, but it just seems like there's a lot going through my mind right now. It feels like there is such a disconnection right now between, never mind Derek Carr and the fan base, right? I'm one of the people who actually get a lot of flack because I'm not as hard, or I even sometimes wag my finger at Saints fans saying y'all being a little too tough on Derek Carr. He's not great. I know he's not, but he's not as bad as y'all think he is. But I mean, ever since him not showing up for the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl is in your whole city, and you are at any of the events, Spencer Rattler did more media appearance and outreach for the city of New Orleans, and Derek Carr did for the Super Bowl this year. It seems Derek Carr hasn't made any tweets, Instagram posts, like commenting on any of the signings or saying, hey, man, we're working hard. The Saints are building a squad, whether he believes it or not. Shit, I don't know if sometimes Cam Jordan believes the stuff that comes out of his mouth when he's like, oh, the Saints might be a top tier team this year. They were healthy. But goddamn, at least you see one of your leaders saying, hey, I'm with the team. I'm going to step up and I'm going to speak out for my team. Derek Carr's kind of going on radio side, and besides doing some appearances in California for Fresno State, and I believe he started a YouTube channel this past week with his brother, David Carr, where it's like, well, what's the disconnect, Derek Carr, that you are like giving no type of communication to fans or maybe even your teammates that, hey, I'm all in with you guys. You're getting $40 million guaranteed. And I felt like it feels weird, y'all. That's the word I could use. It feels weird. Like Derek Carr seems to have a huge disconnect, not only with the city, which we already knew he did, but now with the team, where it's like, well, what the hell is going on? Because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'll see y'all in the chat right now. I feel like, had the team known that Derek Carr was possibly not going to play in 2025, they probably would have said, you know what, we're going to bite the bullet now and eat his contract and let him go and release him, right? And let me know. I mean, again, I'm a fan. I'm not an analyst. I never pretend to be the smartest person in the room. But I would feel like if you know that you owe a player $40 million guaranteed if you decide to keep him on your team, you are not going to pay him that $40 million guaranteed if you knew that he was going to be out for the season. So from a month ago where we said we're going to let Derek Carr stay on the team, your $40 million guaranteed kicker kicks in now, we're not going to cut you, to today where Ian Rappaport on a random Friday evening says, hey, by the way, y'all, Derek Carr might be out for the season. What happened? What happened? Because I really one side of me is like, Saints, y'all had to have known this was a possibility, right? The other side of me is like, well, why are y'all guaranteeing $40 million if y'all knew this was a possibility? I'm one of the guys who was fine with Derek Carr coming back. I was like, hey, shit, roll with him, see what happens. I'm not that impressed personally with the quarterback class this year. You can see what the quarterback class or the free agency quarterback class looks like in 2026. So I was like, all right, one more year with Derek Carr, eat the $40 million cap, and then next year we'll finally bite the bullet on the money that we owe him. But now that I know that he might not even be playing, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm making fun of the Falcons for paying Kirk Cousins all this guaranteed money to sit on the bench this year. At least he's going to be able to come in the game if Michael Penix sucks or gets hurt. I hope he does not get hurt. But at least Kirk Cousins can actually play football this year. We're going to be playing $40 million guaranteed for Derek Carr to possibly sit home. What are we doing? What are we doing? And let me be clear, because sometimes it all gets lost in translation, and in my jokes and in my skits that's already doing good numbers on Twitter right now. I wish Derek Carr the best. I believe he is genuinely hurt. I know there's going to be some conspiracy theorists saying, nah, Derek Carr is like playing the Saints for fools, and he really just wants his money and not to play football. I don't think Derek Carr is that slimy. I don't think he's that. I believe he's much more of a competitor than fans think he is, that he would not fake an injury or like just sit out to sit out. Like, I really do believe he's hurt, and I hope that he gets better. But I'm looking at this from a fan perspective, and I'm looking at this from how the hell is my front office dealing with all this? Like, where are we lost in translation from guaranteeing him the $40 million guaranteed to now saying, oh, he might not actually even be playing football this year, folks. I'm getting a lot of PTSD from just the whole, y'all know I'm a Pelicans fan too. If you're a New Orleans Saints fan, I would imagine 4 out of 10 of you guys watching this channel are Pelicans fans as well. We get this damn near every year, it feels like with Zion Williamson, where he comes to the camp. Sometimes he's healthy, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he looks good, sometimes he looks out of shape. And you're like, we're paying this guy all this money. We don't even know if he's going to suit up for a large amount of games. We've dealt with it twice now with Zion that's coming to camp and it wind up being, oh, yeah, by the way, y'all, Zion's not playing for the whole season. I'm getting PTSD with that with Derek Carr. Like, holy shit, we're paying all these players millions and millions of dollars, and they're not even healthy. So where's the disconnect? Why does this franchise not have a staff member or a liaison? I don't care if it sounds like it's a babysitting gig. You go and you check on your star players every other month, every month, damn near, to be honest. Hey, how you progressing? How you rehabbing? How your body feels? What your health status looking like? This is not goddamn the 12th floor of a nonprofit organization. This is the New Orleans Saints, $1 billion franchise. Why are we in a situation where we do not know the status of our players, and now we're paying Derek Carr $40 million, and he might not even play a football game this year? That's what I want to know. I know a lot of fans who just despise Derek Carr. Y'all are just excited. Y'all don't give a shit about none of that because y'all hate Derek Carr. Y'all cannot wait for Derek Carr to leave. So I also wonder this. if Derek Carr does not play this year, it absolutely means that, in my opinion, he will not play another down for the New Orleans Saints. I do not see any scenario where if Derek Carr sits out the 2025 season, he is on this roster in 2026. I don't see a possibility almost at this point, y'all. If he is out for the season, that Derek Carr even returns to New Orleans. I truly don't. He might, to come and show some morale support to the team or whatnot, but I see no scenario almost at this point where Derek Carr can return to the New Orleans Saints. The disconnect between him and the fan base now is so big, it's almost like the Mississippi River, how big it is. Like, there's just no scenario. And y'all know, if you're true to the John O'Barnes channel and true to the John O'Barnes content and not new to it, y'all know I don't want to say a Derek Carr defender, but I'm not as harsh or hardcore on him as a lot of fans. I'm always like, let it play out. Let's see. Even I'm like, there's just no scenario that I see where Derek Carr can come back to New Orleans and come play for the New Orleans Saints. I feel like the bridges are all being burned. This scenario may not be the fault of anybody. It might just be some bad luck type voodoo shit. Shit happens. We all know that New Orleans franchises can be very unlucky sometimes. But it feels like this has to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like, there's just no. Now, look, let me grab a chair. Derek Carr might actually play football this year, guys. Derek Carr still might play football. It's not guaranteed that he's out for the season. Ian Rappaport is reporting. We put up the tweet right quick. It's a possibility. It's in jeopardy, he's basically saying. It's a shoulder injury, and it threatens his availability for the season. The Ian Rappaport is not saying that Derek Carr is for sure out for the season. I will say this. I don't think he's going to put something like that out without there being some smoke behind, some fire behind the smoke, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like if he's got the gumption to put this out, then that means that, in my opinion, at least at bare minimum, Derek Carr is not going to be ready for the start of the season. That's just my opinion. I don't see why he would put this out if Derek Carr was not like 80, 90% sure he's going to miss some time in the NFL 2025 season. But if Derek Carr is indeed possibly out for the season, that's a lot, y'all. This is my raw reaction. That's why I hope y'all appreciate this channel. I give y'all my raw reaction after games. I give y'all my raw reaction when breaking news happens. I am trying to digest this just as much as you guys, and I appreciate it. I got over 265 people watching across all platforms on the event. It was a Friday news dome. Usually I work in PR, y'all, in communications. Whenever you want something to go out that has to go out, but you want it to like get lost in the sauce, get lost in the shuffle, I always say you put something out on Friday afternoon for it to die, because everybody's in weekend mode at that point, right? Everybody's ready for the weekend. So that this came out on a random ass Friday afternoon. I'm like, God damn, what? Like, really? What's going on here? It just all feels so damn weird, man. And I mean, I tried to, I don't know if it's just the devil's advocate in me. Like, I try my best to always kind of be the but guy when it comes to Derek Carr, to the Saints fans who are just rabid and their dislike for him. But it's just becoming like too much, where there's just too much smoke. Like, there's got to be a fire somewhere, right? Like, even I can't continue to discard all the stuff that's coming out. Like, first, again, Super Bowl week, he's nowhere in New Orleans to be found. He's not posted anything about the Saints this year. I mean, not that it's an obligation, but I'm just saying, like, no media appearances, no public-facing avenues whatsoever with Derek Carr since he's gotten hurt against the New York Giants last year has come out and say, hey, I'm all in on the Saints. Now, I know even if he does do that, fans are going to rip him a new one. Oh, man, damn it, we hate you, Derek Carr, blah, blah, blah. But I still find that, at least with Cam Jordan, who is getting ripped to shreds by his own damn fan base right now for yet doing another media tour where he's like, I believe in my team. I believe we can actually be a playoff team, and Saints fans are not even joining the idiot Cam Jordan. You got to get over it. We're not good, blah, blah, blah. At least Cam stands on his goddamn 10 toes. At least Cam is like, well, I don't give a damn what y'all say. I'm the leader of the New Orleans Saints. What the hell do y'all expect me to say? Hey, y'all, we're going to suck this year. At least expect my quarterback, whether I'm going to hate him. Whether the team was 3 wins last year or 13 wins last year. If you are a quarterback for a franchise and you got that C on your chest, I at least expect you, whether you believe it or not, whether you really believe it or not, I expect the leader of my team to come out and say, hey, I'm all in on my team. I think we're going to do the damn thing this year. He has said absolutely nothing. He's going ghost on the city of New Orleans, And I feel like he's going to ghost on the goddamn Saints franchise. We already heard the rumblings that Derek Carr was not opposed to being traded. There's just too much weirdness and too much smoke right now that I do not see any possibility or any type of vision where Derek Carr can come back. Because at this point, even if he does get healthy for the regular season, it's going to be so tense, not in the organization and not on airline drop, but just with him and the fans. Like, it's already been tense the past 2 years, but it's just going to be a disaster waiting to happen, it feels like. Feels like it's going to be a disaster waiting to happen. And I just don't know. My main thought is, how do we go from paying him guaranteed money, which I believe if you're going to commit to that, then you believe that he's playing for the 2025 season, to now I guess it's about 4 weeks since the guaranteed clause kicked in. He might be out for the season. Like, what are we? Now here's a whole nother web. Now what do we do in the draft? What do we do in the draft? Do we draft a quarterback now? Do you, quote unquote, reach for Shedeur Sanders at number 9 if Shedeur Sanders is still available? I mean, I tweeted this. I said, I feel like now if we stay at number 9 and Shedeur Sanders is there at number 9 and we pass on him, that is going to be, in my opinion, the most unpopular draft decision about passing on a player in franchise history. Is it fair? Hell no. But fanaticism is not built on fairness. Fanaticism is not built on logic. If we were to pass on Shedeur Sanders now, given all of the stuff that we know in context is going on with the Saints and Derek Carr and how the fans feel, it is easily going to be the most unpopular passing of a player in franchise history. And I know that Shedeur Sanders is a very polarizing player. I know there's as many fans saying hell no on Shedeur Sanders as there are fans saying hell yeah on Shedeur Sanders. I absolutely get that. But there are enough fans who believe in Shedeur Sanders who are going to make an uproar if we have him in our grasp at pick number 9 and we pass on him. Will I be mad? Not necessarily. I'll be honest. If the Saints don't believe in him, I'm going to trust the goddamn franchise, even though they haven't earned my trust the past 4 seasons, to say, okay, I'm okay with them not reaching on a player just because he's now technically a need. I do want the Saints to take, if they take a quarterback, somebody that they 100% believe in, not because they're like, well, shit, Derek Carr's out for the year, possibly, so now we got to draft the quarterback. No, I want them to take a quarterback who they truly believe can be the guy for us for the next decade or so. Now, y'all know how I feel about the quarterback position. I've been very illogically, and I highlight that word, I've very much been illogically talking about, nah, man, just keep waiting for Arch. Keep waiting for Arch. That's why I was cool with Derek Carr coming back. I was like, shit, I'll survive another year or two with average mediocre quarterback play because I want to just have the hope, the possibility of us possibly drafting Arch Manning. There's no guaranteed way that you can, for sure, know that you're going to get Arch Manning. You can't tank in the NFL. It's too damn hard. You just can't tank in the NFL. You can't be like, we know this. I mean, because one, we don't know, to be honest, if Arch Manning is even going to be worthy of a first-round pick. I'm, again, illogical, y'all. I know I'm illogical. I believe Arch Manning is going to be a beast, and I just love the poeticness of possibly Arch Manning being the first quarterback that we drafted in the first round since Archie Manning. But I can be 100% transparent that I don't know if Arch Manning is going to prove to be worthy of a first-round pick, much less a top 3, top 5, top 10 pick. And secondly, we don't even know when Arch Manning is coming out. A lot of fans, every time I'm not jokingly, but I do mean it, put on Twitter and social media, March for Arch. They always come at me, always somebody. There's always going to be somebody saying, John, you don't even know if Arch Manning is coming out. Yes, I don't know if Arch Manning is coming out after this season. I do know that Arch Manning might possibly do another 2 years at Texas, which means you're basically trying to play quarterback shuffle for 2 years to hope to have Arch Manning. I get that. I understand that I am being illogical. But Arch Manning is the guy who I've kind of put my eye on. However, I'm not going to be opposed to if somebody or if the front office falls in love with Shedeur or Jackson Dort. I wouldn't be excited. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't be excited about Jackson Dort or Jalen Milroe. But if Kellen Moore believes that those guys have the tools and potential to be our franchise quarterback, I will be 100% all in. Hopefully, though, for like someone like Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe, you wait till the second round. You do not reach for one of those guys at number 9. You really do not. Unless you know for sure. Unless you know for sure that guy's going to be an all-pro player and you're like, we're just kind of keeping everything close to the vest, so we're not going to try to put any smoke out there like Sean Payne did about Patrick Mahomes. Unless they know for sure Shedeur or Dart or Milroe or any of these quarterbacks are going to be the next big thing. I will hope that they wait and don't take a pick, don't make the pick just because. That's how I feel. But I do know, and I'm sure you guys are all seeing in the chat. I appreciate y'all, man. Over 385 on a random Friday. I do know that the Shador hype now is about to become. It was already crazy the past 2 weeks, right? Especially after Deion said, "I like these colors." It's gonna get crazy because again, given all of the feelings about Derek Carr with this fan base, given what we know now that the guy might not even play football in 2025, given that Shador Sanders is a very popular name, he's going to sell a lot of jerseys. He's a very marketable player. Whether he turns out to be great or not, for those first few years, he's going to be full of hype. It's going to be a wild draft night, y'all. I'm excited now. I'm really excited just to see what this franchise does. Does this franchise actually have the gall to say if they're at number 9 and Shador is there, thanks but no thanks? I wouldn't be mad. I'd be in the middle about them doing that. It depends on who they would take. There's a lot of players that I do like at number 9. That's not a quarterback, but the Saints are like, and everybody on L-Line Drive, y'all, I've said this many times, they're like a gangster organization. They always say, y'all can talk all that shit all y'all want. Y'all can type furiously on y'all phones, on Twitter and Facebook about we suck and blah, blah, blah. We know that we're going to get y'all support and engagement and y'all money every single season. And I respect their gangster. I do respect their gangster. I would respect their gangster even more if they have the gall to pass on Shador Sanders at number 9, because some organizations would probably just be a little nervous and be like, look, man, we can't pass on him because we know that the fans are going to come on our L-Line Drive and damn near burn a building down if we pass on him. I would be like, the Saints really must not love this guy the way the fans love him. But 2, I'll just be impressed with the fact that the Saints are like, we don't give a damn about the fallout. Like, we don't trust Shador. We don't believe he's worth the number 9 pick. Deal with it. It's going to be a wild draft night. Emotions are going to be all over the place. You, as a fan, have every right to feel how you guys are going to feel on draft night with whatever we do, whoever we pick. It's going to be very, very interesting. It seems like, in my opinion, even if we don't take a quarterback at number 9, at some point in the draft this year, we're taking a quarterback. Whether it's in the 2nd round, 3rd round, whatever it is with the number 9 pick, there will be a new quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. I mean, you almost have to now just because you just don't know what Derek Carr's health status is going to be like, right? So even if you grab somebody or reach for somebody in the 2nd or 3rd round, you gotta have able bodies. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and it's kind of very, very cruelly ironic though that a lot of you fans who are convinced that Spencer Rattler is the savior last season is now like, well, it's a Toy Story meme that I posted on Twitter about an hour ago where Andy had Woody, he got the new shiny toy in Buzz Lightyear, and he says, I don't want to play with you anymore. Kind of happens with all the quarterbacks until you find that Drew Brees type quarterback. Fans are always going to be like, ooh, shiny new toy. Sorry, guy, I knew that I liked you in the past, but nope, I don't want to play with you anymore. Spencer was like a made man in New Orleans just last year, and now even some of his biggest supporters are talking about Shador. And I'm like, well, goddamn, hold on. How much did y'all really believe in Spencer Rattler if y'all not even, hyping up him now to be a quarterback for the next 17 games if Derek Carr? I mean, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, Spencer has some hype. And I always say, I'm sure a lot of this hype is because y'all just want anybody but Derek Carr. I get called out in the moment of it because fans are always emotional. No, Johnny, you don't believe in Spencer Rattler, blah, 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 blah. Fans don't like when you put a mirror in front of their face and say, this is who you are. I embrace it. Y'all see my sketch, right? I embrace my hypocrisy, my illogicalness, my stupidity. I put a mirror in my face every day as a fan. I'm like, wow, that was a dumb take. Wow, I'm being hypocritical with this take, et cetera, et cetera. When I put that same mirror to Saints fans or even Falcons fans, I see Falcons fans in the chat, or opposing fans, they hate that. They hate that because for some reason, fan brain makes you think that you can't be wrong, that you can't be hypocritical, that you can't be stupid. And I always say, this is sports. This shit more than a game, but it's sports. You can be wrong. It's sports. It's not politics. It's not life or death. You can be illogical. You're a fan. You're supposed to be illogical. You're supposed to be a hypocrite. You're supposed to embrace that. Yeah, you know what? I was on the Spencer Rattler bandwagon, but now I'm on the Shador bandwagon. But for some reason, a lot of fans do not like when they get called out on stuff like that. I do it in cheap entertainment innocence. I'm like, how stupid are y'all looking now? Not to like insult you and be dumb or like be cruel. I'm just saying that is how fandom works. And that's why I'm always confused when people love my skits, but then when I actually do it an actual conversation, they get offended. And I'm like, at what? I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling y'all what y'all are actually doing. I said last October, last November. Do y'all really love Spencer Rattler like that? Or y'all just doing this because y'all don't like Derek Carr? I also said, hey, if y'all want Dennis Allen fired, y'all do realize that the next head coach is not going to have any type of loyalty towards Spencer Rattler whatsoever. All right, no, Johnny, you ain't you for the shit, man. You don't believe, man. You just Derek Carr apologist. You don't believe in Spencer Rattler. You a hater. Spencer Rattler ain't getting a fair look. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, there's going to be a quarterback in the draft that you're probably going to fall in love with. If the Saints take him, you're going to probably say, oh, thanks for the memory, Spencer, but I'm on this guy now. Nah, John, it's Spencer Rattler time. Spencer Rattler, the snake. And now look. Go on Twitter right now. Look at the trending topics. Look at the trending topics on your Twitter right now if you got a Twitter. Is Spencer Rattler a trending topic? No. But you know who is? You know who is a trending topic in New Orleans right now? Shedeur Sanders. What a shock. I called it. Breaking news. Fans fall in love with the next shiny possible quarterback of their team. But I was the asshole and the bad guy for saying that y'all wasn't loving Spencer Rattler the way y'all really thought y'all was loving Spencer Rattler in October and November. Funny how that works. But not to toot my own horn. It's going to be very interesting. I don't know, man. This franchise, I swear. This franchise, yeah, you just never know what you're going to get with the New Orleans Saints. But this is pretty big. Like our starting quarterback, whether you love the guy or whether you hate the guy, our starting quarterback is possibly out for the 2025 season. Not, oh, he might be out for the first month. Oh, he might miss preseason and training camp, but he should be good to go for the first week or two. Nah, Ian Rappaport said that Derek Carr might be out for the full season. And then, again, if you're coming in late and you got questions, okay, well, good. That might mean that we ain't got to pay him. This is what Mike Triplett tweeted from New Orleans Football, the great team over there with him and Underhill. Mike Triplett said, unless we find out about possible non-football injury designations, cost $40 million this year was already fully guaranteed, regardless of injury. So there's no money or cap savings if the Saints cut him even after June 1st. So even if we cut him, if we do cut him, all it's going to do is just make you feel better that, hey, you ain't got to look at Derek Carr anymore as a New Orleans Saint. But that man, unless something that's come out while I've been on the stream for the past 25 minutes, that man is going to get $40 million guaranteed this season, whether he plays or not. I give Derek Carr all the props in the world, my guy. That is one of the greatest swindles in history. Not saying that Derek Carr, purposely got hurt or planned this all along. I'm just being silly. But I respect that man may not even play a down this year, and he's going to get $40 million guaranteed. That is the situation we are in right now, Saints fans. We got to pay him. For all the fans who might be celebrating, saying, oh, that means we get to save a lot of money and we ain't got to deal with the Derek Carr cap injury or cap space or whatever. No. There's the only good news from this, I guess, is if you are a Derek Carr hater, you ain't got to possibly some black and gold anymore. That's it. There's no benefit to as far as cap savings. There's no benefit to this as far as saving any money. Now we save this much money or, we get the punt. No. He's getting paid. He is getting paid. And we guarantee that. We put ourselves up for that. Sorry if my camera's going a little slow right now, y'all. Yeah, man. So that's this is my raw reaction. I see y'all in the chat. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. I appreciate y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna definitely probably get a new streaming platform at some point this year or at the end of the year. I like the streaming platform I have now, but I feel like there's better out there. I've run into too many issues with my streaming platform. So sorry if my audio right now isn't matching my camera, but it's okay. It's not like I'm the Pat McAfee show or anything. I have hundreds of people watching, not millions. So I can live with a few glitches every now and then. But I am going to get a new streaming platform eventually because I'm a little frustrated with my streaming platform, if we're being honest. But not as frustrated as I am with the life of a New Orleans Saints fan. But hey, maybe this is all for the betterment of the team. Maybe this sets us up for whichever quarterback we possibly draft. I'm not an expert. I can't tell you for sure if Shador's going to be great or bad. I can't tell you for sure if Jackson Dart is going to be great or bad. I can't tell you for sure if Jalen Milroe is going to be good or bad. I can only hope that it's been a tough life since Drew Brees left, right, guys? It's been a tough life since Drew Brees left. So I see you guys in the comments. I promise I'm going to look back on this video and read all of y'all comments. I appreciate y'all. I know we all got a lot to say. So for sure, make sure you hit up my Twitter. Let me show y'all right quick. At John O'Barnes, if you really want to just kind of vent. I'll probably do a show on Tuesday, and we can talk about the breaking news of Derek Carr and if he played his last game as a New Orleans Saint. But if you're not watching live and you come back to this video, make sure you leave in the comments if you believe that Derek Carr has played his last game as a New Orleans Saint. And before I wrap up, let me hear a word from one of my sponsors, that sponsor being me.
No matter what, we all know that this shit more than a game, and now you can wear it with pride. Visit www.johnobarnes.com or thisshitmorethanagame.com and buy your This Shit More Than a Game shirt now for the low price of $28.03. You can buy it in black and gold, purple and gold, white and blue, red and navy blue, all types of colors. We've got you covered here on the John O'Barnes Show. So visit www.johnobarnes.com or thisshitmorethanagame.com and buy your This Shit More Than a Game shirt now and let the world know, folks, this shit more than a game.
One thing I'm going to for sure do, so as much as they pay me sometimes, I'm going to rep this team until I'm old and gray. Lord willing. That's kind of funny, ain't? No. I'm going to rep this team until I'm old and gray. I appreciate that y'all give me this platform to talk New Orleans Saints with y'all. So let me know in the comments how you feel. I see everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Let me know how you feel about the news. Do you feel like now we have to draft a quarterback? Do you feel like you want Spencer Rattler to be that guy? Do you think Derek Carr has played his last game in New Orleans, even if he does come out and say, no, I can actually play, maybe not in September and October, but I can come back in November? Let me know how you feel. I know you all are passionate right now. I know everybody's very emotional right now. I know we're all waiting in real time to get updates and alerts about, more about the situation and when did it occur? When did the team find out? When did Derek Carr find out? There's a lot. There's a lot to process and marinate. This Derek Carr era has not been fulfilling. I would say that. So I appreciate everybody who joined me. Over 500 people watching right now across all platforms. I thank you. Sorry if you have any technical issues. I'm going to buy a new goddamn platform for streaming soon enough. The way the Saints probably should get a new quarterback soon enough. I thank you. Always remember, no matter what your opinion is, we are all born and bred, unless you're a Falcons fan, of the same moxie and of the same MO. And that is, it is shit more than a game. Make sure you stay tuned for the John O'Barnes content on all platforms for more information about the New Orleans Saints and more fun and entertainment. Appreciate you guys.
Juno.